ask you a question, Chicago Really. What do you call a woman who's had 63 partners?
There's no shame in my game. Yeah, bitch, it happened. I slept with 63 men. Now that was fabulous. But
oh my gosh, give me some of that.
Yeah, no, you don't want that.
In 2026, you asked me what I would call her in 2026.
Yeah.
Promiscuous.
Okay. What is the slang term for that?
Oh, you trying to get me to say hoe?
I ain't trying to get you to say nothing.
Yeah, so in slang term, I would have said, yeah, hoe would be the proper term.
Okay.
But where we going with this?
Would the person be wrong for using a slang term?
Well,
or the book term?
Let me ask you this, Bruiser. What is the Christian slang term for a woman of that character?
I would call it a harlot.
They would say harlot?
No, I'm not sure. I mean, in the
Jezebel.
Jezebel sounds more like
okay.
Yeah, Jezebel sounds more.
Would they
likely.
be wrong for calling it those terms?
No, I don't think they would be wrong based on their ideology and theology.
I know Sharon said yes. Why would you say yes, Sharon?
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Because you are negating her trauma.
Okay, let's say what if they included her trauma? Would they still be wrong calling her home?
Yes, they'd be wrong for calling her anything.
So long as you had trauma. Okay.
Because
I'm just trying to understand this.
After she corrected her trauma, she said it was wrong, and that's why she told the young lady, and she said, "No, you do not want to deal with 63 men into your vagina."
I heard.
She got healed from
Sharon,
it.
I heard all that.
She also said.
Sharon,
no, you clearly you didn't. You didn't hear it. That's the
issue.
That's the issue that a lot of men have. Y'all think y'all hear something, but y'all communicate something completely different. Yeah, but you're communicating that. That's the thing. Y'all think we don't hear what y'all communicating because you didn't say it verbatim.
Chicago Rilla, when I asked you, Chicago Rilla, when I asked you the question, did I give you the indication that I didn't hear all the other things? From 0 to 63. Or whatever, you're saying that she is absolved from being titled a hoe or called a hoe. Her traumatic experience negates her future behavior. If that's what y'all saying, I'm just trying to understand how y'all think. I'm not saying y'all are right. I'm not saying y'all are wrong. I'm just trying to understand how y'all are absolving people who have a promiscuous behavior from being called a hoe. So long as they had a traumatic experience that caused them to go into a hoe phase, they can't be called a hoe. I'm just trying to understand how y'all do things. Did I dismiss her traumatic experience?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I said I felt like we kind of did skip over it in your rebuttal, your initial rebuttal, right?
No, because remember I asked you the question. I said she had a traumatic experience that caused her to go into a promiscuous phase. And I asked you, what did you call that? You said when she was with from 0 to 63, you said it was promiscuity, right?
Yeah.
And then I asked you what the slang term was.
Yeah.
Well, I asked you what the slang term for it was. You said it was a hoe.
Yeah.
But somehow y'all are saying I dismissed her promiscuous.
With that question, we understand what questions are, bro. We understand communications, bro.
Okay, how did I?
What makes you think we don't understand how somebody communicates?
Listen to what I'm saying. How can I dismiss that she had a traumatic experience when I'm only asking a question about what happened after the traumatic experience?
Right,
because
and
that's what people do when they want to try to hide.
I'm not talking about what people do. I'm talking about what I did.
All right, so I will say for you, this is what you do. You try to mask your intentions with bullshit ass questions and act as if I'm innocent of it.
I don't even know what you're talking about. You're not making no sense with what
you say that she was this, that, and the third, but everything that you are questioning is forcing Chicago Rilla to say something towards her action instead of towards her experience. The reason why you keep cutting somebody off is because you don't actually respect anybody else's opinion.
Because you're talking at me and not talking to me.
I'm trying to discuss, but you cannot want to just stop me.
Hold on, Sharon.
You're talking at me. You're not having a conversation.
Here's the thing that I don't understand. This is the thing that I don't understand about men. Y'all say free R. Kelly all day long. That man, men do. I have heard men say that.
Women too, Bo.
Well, hold on.
Go ahead. My bad. I don't want to take away. My bad.
My point, though. I agree with you, but this is for my point, right? No, you good. They'll say free R. Kelly all day long. R. Kelly was also molested. And R. Kelly probably did a lot of the things that he did to underage children and women because of the molestation. But y'all understand that, but y'all don't understand this shit. She just a hoe. No, that nigga is a pedophile and he needs to stay in jail. So I'm just trying to figure out where the double standard comes in. And if you can admit to the double standard, you stand on that double standard and you just gonna be a piece of shit. Cool, great. I respect that. But if you're gonna make an excuse for him, then you gonna make an excuse for her.
Okay, so who made an excuse for R. Kelly? Anybody on this panel to say that R. Kelly was not a pedophile?
That we just gonna act like men don't do that.
No, I agree that there's probably some men out there. I'm just trying to figure out who did that on.
Hey, look, I might be more biased because I'm here at the crib. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I see more females doing. That's why I interjected early. But I'm here at the crib, so you know, I'm biased.
But again, Chicago, how do I just off of having a conversation with you and asking you a question?
No, I'm gonna answer it direct. Yeah, I've been up here enough to know, like, answer it direct and then validate your point, right?
I never said she didn't get sexually assaulted. No. I never said her being sexually assaulted didn't cause her to go on from 0 to 63. Okay. I just simply asked you, regardless of whether that happened or not.
What would we call that?
What would we call it?
Yeah, and I answered that part honestly, right?
Well, Sharon is saying that you can't call her that. That's what I'm thinking. He's saying that you can. I'm not gonna mischaracterize you like you to me, Sharon. You can correct me if I'm wrong. You saying that we can't hold her to the term 304 simply because she had a traumatic incident. That's what I'm getting. But if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
And Sharon, before you jump in, but no, what Sharon was saying, because my question to you, Bruiser, would have been, well, what does that look like through the Christian lens? And Sharon jumped in there really with the, like he was saying, if she already acknowledged and took self-accountability, then what do you call her now? That's the point that he was making.
But he's wrong too.
She was from her ways.
So then there's no redemption for none of us, Dr. Phil.
No,
there's no redemption. So if I stole, I'm a thief. If I cheated, I'm a cheater. If I fornicated, I am a low down, good for nothing, and screw the blood of Jesus, because that don't mean nothing to nobody that profess Christianity.
Hold on, wait, Chicago. Yes, I think you're conflating what it means to God and what it means to people. People are going to still call her what? A hoe. God is going to accept her forgiveness for her behavior.
What is the mandate? Wait, hold on, Darwin. Before you do that, what is the mandate according to the New Testament from Jesus? What are the two? What the disciples? I don't want to turn this to a Bible study.
No, Chicago. We don't even got to do that. You can say all of the stuff you want to say according to the word, but we all know that people who are watching that woman say those things, irregardless of her saying that she found out her body was a temple, are still going to do what? They're going to associate her behavior and who she is as a whole, no matter how many times she went and got on her knees.
Then to Sharon's point, there's no need in telling her Keke Palmer anything. She might as well just tell Keke Palmer, go out there and get the 63 bodies then. If her word, wait, hey, Bruiser, if me as a neutron traveling through the city of Chicago and saying, hey, man, these are the things I didn't get involved with, this is the things I didn't do, this, that, and the third, blah, 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 regardless of whatever blemish on my record or whatever, right? Then I shouldn't be telling, and there's no reason for any of you Christians to tell anybody anything. If that's if what you're saying is true, bro, like, if people are going to look at you regardless of what, then I don't need none of you Christians coming to me telling me about how good your Jesus is. Because people still going to look at you the same way anyway.
Now you're making my point. Now you understand what I'm saying. Now you understand exactly what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what you do now or what you did. You cannot stop people from associating your behavior with what they think that you should be called or what you should be identified with.
And we're not looking
you can go to God all you want. People are going to come. I'm telling you, and you just said it. You just agreed. People are going to call you a hoe. No matter how many times you confess to your sins.
This is not what the man said. This is insane. That's not what he said.
He just said that. He said you might as well don't tell me.
No, he said Jesus. No, it's an if-then statement. You keep dismissing. You keep dismissing key components in a goddamn sentence.
He can speak for himself. Don't you ask him?
Why don't you stop interrupting?
Because I can interrupt. It's a conversation. I can interrupt.
The issue that you are having is that no, I don't need to ask him what he said. So the issue is he said if you Christians ... then you can't say something. He said it. I don't need to ask because I can hear. I listen.
Based off of what?
The issue is that y'all want to dismiss things to prove your point. So you want to dismiss her experience to prove your point. You want to dismiss, and again, another brother that thinks exactly like you, this A to B thinking that got to disrupt and interrupt and think that's some kind of manly thing. I thought men have patience and wait to listen and understand and comprehend.
We also interrupt whenever somebody is not speaking.
All of a sudden, I guess it's out the window when you do it.
You can interrupt.
But I understand a lot of times when masculine energy is around, femininity comes out. So I understand that. So that's why I'm giving you grace. But at the same time, you got to learn how to listen, because that's how you move forward in life. And so when I'm listening to that lady explain her experience, I am listening to her through her experience, not through her actions, because she's correcting them later on in life when she realized what was actually happening to her and how negative it was and how negative it would be for young people. And that's why she's talking about it so freely, so people won't make the same mistake she did.
Have you ever heard of?
And she corrected the lady in 2.2 seconds. No, you don't want that for yourself, young lady.
Have you ever heard the
I heard of stupid ass grown men. Yes, I heard of that before.
Okay, so you just did what you said you didn't want to do to him.
And maybe you need to rewind it so you can listen to it like I've done several times. Because when I speak, I don't speak from a place of just speaking to talk to fill room. Okay. She said, I slept with 63 men. And then she said, now that was fabulous. That's what got the response from Kiki or whatever her name is, saying, oh, I want some of that. And then she said, no, you don't want that. So if you, again, listen long enough before you come back with this response of, oh my gosh, this is victim mentality, you would hear her out, because you would hear that she actually glorified it first. And then
okay, now allow me to interject since y'all the interject crew, right? So since you don't mind interjections, because you like to interject, you wouldn't mind me interjecting because you got a false premise, correct? Right? That's how we're gonna move, correct? Right? You interject so I can interject. Is that correct?
I can.
Yes. Okay. So what you are missing in that conversation, once again, she said when she was in that mode, she was out there being how she was. She thought that was the cool thing to do. And then she moved forward to telling Kiki, moving forward, now that I know that was not a good thing. Y'all keep dismissing the context and y'all not comprehending a conversation.
Let me help y'all out.
You're right.
That woman, hold on, Dr. Phil.
You finished.
Let me help y'all out. Y'all can call it dismissing. Y'all can call it being disingenuous. The woman is a hoe. If you take her into the dating market, and you rate her by her resume and value, and she disclosed that she done slept with 63 men. I don't know whether that was she in a relationship or not. The man in that market that she desired to try to connect with is gonna call her a hoe. They don't give a damn about no Bible. They don't give a damn about no repentance, no nothing. They talking about her value that she bring to the table based off of her resume. She a hoe.
Okay.
Call it whatever you want.
No, I got you on that, Bruiser. And so again, I filter a lot of stuff through community activity, right? And when I'm listening to y'all talk, especially when I heard Dr. Phil wrapping that up, right? This is why these young bloods don't listen to y'all. You old niggas did all of this shit. We saw you run down on my mama and take her up through there while you was selling her blow, while you was pimping her out, right? And so again, don't come to me now after you old and your teeth is pulled out, your fangs is pulled out, and try and tell me about the good ways of the Lord. or young blood, don't pull that switch. Or all you niggas that's on here telling about how Carmelo Anthony should have walked away when you know damn well in your youth you wouldn't have walked away. Right? You would have stood right there talking shit and told dude, hey, don't run up on me, see what happened if you do, and you would have poked them too. But you old niggas want to get up here, and now when it's Jennifer Lewis, she the whole slut, whatever, cool. That's what we do up here most times, right? That's what we do in this space, right? You know, these bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
All right, so
these bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks, right? But we don't hold the same scrutiny and candlelight. And I'm keeping it a bean, fam, and I'm gonna drop down in a sec, but we don't hold, and this is the thing that gets me, fam. We don't hold the same scrutiny when it comes to either having empathy, and I ain't even talking about sympathy, just empathy, understanding another person's perspective and they plight and they position. We don't hold the same empathy for people. And this what fucks us up as a people. We so we got it all worked out. I got it. Listen, I'm in my 4 square. I'm in my house. I'm good over here. Where I'm at, I'm good. So I don't give a F about whoever else and what they got going on. Right? So if I see a Jennifer Lewis at 60, Jennifer Lewis actually ain't out here. What rules ago? Jennifer Lewis ain't out here at 60, whatever she is. I don't even think she's 63. She may be older than that.